Hello everybody, I am Triveni Suresh Babu, the Senior Trainer of Skills Zenith Consulting. Today let us discuss about Karnataka State Syllabus, Class 10th Social Science, History, Lesson number 6, the first war of Indian Independence, which took place in the year 1857. Today let us discuss about the first part. In this unit, we are going to learn about reasons for the first Indian War of Independence, immediate reasons for mutiny, scope and nature of mutiny, failure and results of mutiny. In this video, we will learn about reasons for the first Indian freedom struggle, political reasons, economic reasons, administrative reasons, and military reasons. Introduction. In order to extend their rule over India, the British brought in policies of subsidiary alliance and doctrine of lapse. We have already discussed in detail about these two rules introduced by the British. As a result, numerous states, that means number of states, became part of the British Empire. This made Indians unhappy. What happened? Most of the states, due to the introduction of the policies of subsidiary alliance and doctrine of lapse, most of the states, Indian states, went into the hands of the British. So, Indians were extremely unhappy. People were also upset with the administration of the British. We have already discussed so many acts and uh, policies introduced by the British in our previous chapters. None of the laws helped the Indians. All the laws, rules, and regulations were in favor of British only. This unhappiness erupted, came out in the form of a major protest against the British in the year 1857. So people tolerated to the maximum extent. Now they began to broke out. They began to challenge the British. Many of the Indian historians termed this as first Indian freedom struggle. Many historians called this struggle, movement or revolt as the first Indian freedom struggle, but the English historians termed or called it as the Sepoy Mutiny. Why it was called Sepoy Mutiny means many Sepoys or the Indians were serving in the British army. So they protested against the British administration or against them. That's why it was called as the ಸಿಪಾಯಿ ಮ್ಯೂಟಿನಿ. ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದನ್ನ ಸಿಪಾಯಿ ದಂಗೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಮೊದಲ ಸ್ವಾತಂತ್ರ್ಯ ಸಂಗ್ರಾಮ ಅಂತಲೂ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆ ಒಂದು ಎಫೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಗಲ್ ಅಥವಾ ಫ್ರೀಡಮ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಗಲ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ 1857 ನಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ. Now let us discuss about the reasons for the first Indian freedom struggle. Now let us discuss about the political reasons. Due to the doctrine of lapse, ದತ್ತು ಪುತ್ರರಿಗೆ ಹಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ, Indian rulers who did not have the sons, their kingdoms used to go to the hands of the British. This was implemented by the British. Many Indian kings had to lose their kingdoms. I told you already, most of the kingdoms went into the hands of the British or joined the British Empire. As a result of this policy, that means doctrines of policy, Satara, Jaipur, Jhansi, Udaipur and many other states became part of the British Empire. Almost all important kingdoms went into the hands of the British. They took over the British because the rulers of these states were not having the children. Dalhousie abolished the kingship of Tanjavur and Carnatic Nawabs. So, two names are also mentioned here. Lord Dalhousie, who was the Governor General, he abolished, cancelled the kingship of Tanjavur and Carnatic Nawabs. The British dethroned Mughal kings and many other kings. So, here the kings are mentioned about Tanjavur king and Carnatic Nawab, but the Mughal kings were also dethroned by the British. Dethrone andre ಸಿಂಹಾಸನದಿಂದ ಕೆಳಗಿಳಿಸೋದು. As a result, many soldiers depended on these kings became unemployed. This was the first and foremost reason for the mutiny. When kings were thrown, naturally British employed their own soldiers. So many soldiers who were in the Indian kings, under the Indian kings, they became unemployed. This became the main reason or the first reason for the protest against the British. I think you have understood very well. Many soldiers were under the kings. When kings were removed, soldiers were also removed. They became unemployed. They could not earn their living, so they were dissatisfied. This became the first reason for the mutiny. Now let us learn about the economic reasons. Due to the development of industrialization in England, note the point that industries were developed not in India by the British but in England. The Indian handicrafts and industries diminished. Long back when British came to India, lakhs of Indians were they were depending on handmade things. ಆರ್ಟಿಸಾನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಕರಕುಶಲ ಕರ್ಮಿಗಳು ಅಂತ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಪಾಟರ್ಸ್ ಇಂದ ಚಂಬಾರರು, ಕುಂಬಾರರು, ಎಲ್ಲ ಥರದ ಕಬ್ಬಣದ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡೋರು, ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಆಲ್ ನೋ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಆರ್ಟಿಸಾನ್ಸ್ ಡಿಪೆಂಡೆಡ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಮೆಷಿನರಿ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೋಮ್ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಇತ್ತು. ನೀವೇನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ, ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಸ್ಕೇಲ್ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗುವಂಥದ್ದು ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಇತ್ತು. ಅಂಡ್ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಡಿಮಿನಿಷ್ಡ್. So what happened? Understand the point that in England, industrialization began to take place, and here the Indian handicrafts and industries diminished, became less or decreased, you can say. Why means British never wanted the Indian handicrafts to enter into the market. They wanted their finished products to be purchased by the Indians. England, apart from being an industrialized country, became a workshop of industries. It was not only an industrialized country, but it became a workshop because raw materials were taken from the India, and there the British or the Britain improved their own industry. The artisans of India became unemployed. Now there is no work for the artisans. Even today you can observe this change in the society. ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು ಗೃಹ ಕೈಗಾರಿಕೆಗಳು, ಕಾಟೇಜ್ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಅಂತ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಟುಡೇ ದೇ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಎಸ್ಟಾಬ್ಲಿಷಿಂಗ್, ದೇ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಮಚ್ ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ ಮೆಷಿನ್ ಮೇಡ್ ಗುಡ್ಸ್. ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರೋ ಮೆಷಿನ್ ಮೇಡ್ ಗುಡ್ಸ್ ಬೇಕು. ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿರೋ ಪಾಟ್ ಆಗಲಿ, ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಣ್ದಿರೋ ಸೀರೆ ಆಗಲಿ, ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿರೋ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ವಸ್ತು ಆಗಲಿ, ನವ್ ಎ ಡೇಸ್ ವಿ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಮಚ್. ದಿಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಸ್ ಎಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ ಏನ್ಷಿಯಂಟ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ. The people were mostly depending on cottage industries. When England began to rule our country, the artisans lost their work. They became unemployed. The weavers ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೇಯ್ಗೆವರು, became the first victims. ಅವರೇ ಒಂದು ಬಲಿ ಪಶು ಅಂತ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. As wool and cloth making industries suffered a lot. Now the weavers were weaving cloth, woolen cloth, cotton cloth, etc. Now all the woolen and cotton raw materials pertaining to wool and cotton were taken by the Britain to their country. The Indian handicrafts became financially pathetic, miserable. ಶೋಚನೀಯ ಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಅಂತ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಆ ಥರ ಆಗೋಯ್ತು. ವೆರಿ ಶೋಚನೀಯ ಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಅಂದರೆ ದಾರುಣ ಸ್ಥಿತಿ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಅನ್ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಡ್, ದೇ ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಅರ್ನ್ ದೇರ್ ಲೈವ್ಲಿಹುಡ್. The British levied high customs on Indian goods entering the market of England. See, British ಏನು ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, they began to levy ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಹಾಕೋದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ತೆರಿಗೆಯನ್ನ ವಿಧಿಸೋದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷ್ ಇಂಪೋಸ್ಡ್ ಅಂತ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷ್ ಇಂಪೋಸ್ಡ್ ಹೈ ಕಸ್ಟಮ್ಸ್, ತೆರಿಗೆ ಅಂತ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಆನ್ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಗುಡ್ಸ್ ಎಂಟರಿಂಗ್ ದ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಗ್ಲೆಂಡ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಹೊರಗೆ ಹೋಗೋದೇ ಒಂದು ತುಂಬಾ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತು. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಏನು ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಬರ್ತಿತ್ತು, ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಗೆಟ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಬೈ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ದ ಗುಡ್ಸ್, ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಹಣ ನಾವು ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಗ್ಲೆಂಡ್ಗೆ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟಿಗೆ ಕಟ್ಟಬೇಕು. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಎ ಫಾರ್ಮರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಗ್ರೋ ಟೊಮೆಟೊ. ಅವನಿಗೆ ಬೆಳೆಯೋಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಕೆಜಿಗೆ ಒಂದು 10 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಖರ್ಚಾಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಅದು ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಹೋಗೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಅವನಿಗೆ 20 ರೂಪೀಸ್ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ, ವೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್? ಯು ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಗೆಟ್ ದ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್. ಇನ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ವೇ ಉಲ್ಲನ್ ಕಾಟನ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಸಹ ಅದು ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಕಸ್ಟಮ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಕಟ್ಟೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ they were almost in miserable condition. Due to zamindari system, the farmers were exploited by zamindar. This is also one of the important economic causes for the revolt of 1857. We have studied in detail about the zamindari system, how the poor farmers were exploited, because on the one hand British were there, on the other hand zamindars were there. In the middle, the poor farmers began to suffer a lot. Many lost their land. They could not pay the heavy tax. This was the condition of the Indian farmers. This also was accounted for one of the reasons for the revolt of 1857. Land tax collection rights awarded to talukdars were withdrawn. So, for what was happening previously, land taxes were collected by the talukdars. At the taluk level, talukdars were there to collect the tax. Now, talukdars lost the authority to collect the tax. ಅದನ್ನು ಕಿತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರು. British only began to take the tax. By forming Inam commissions, Inam lands were also withdrawn. Inam ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಒಂದು ಕೊಡುಗೆ ರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಡೋದು. For example, if a king was very much satisfied with the service of a sipahi or a minister, he used to give land to him. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇವ್ರು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷ್ಗೆ ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೂ ಕಂಡಿತ್ತು. ದೇ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟೆಡ್ ಎ ಕಮಿಷನ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಇನಾಮ್ ಕಮಿಷನ್. ಇನಾಮ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ವರ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಟೇಕನ್ ಬೈ ದ ಸಿ ಹೌ ಮಚ್ ಕನಿಂಗ್ ದೇವರ್. ಬಡವರು ಪಾಪ ಅವ್ರು ಮಾಡಿದ ಸೇವೆಗೋಸ್ಕರ ರಾಜ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು, ಭೂಮಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಆ ಭೂಮಿನ ಇನಾಮ್ ಕಮಿಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇನಾಮ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ನ ಯಾರು ಇಟ್ಕೋಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂತ ರೂಲ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು. ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ವೆರಿ ವೆಲ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದೀಸ್ 2 ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್. Land talukdars lost the right to collect the tax. Inam lands also went into the hands of the British. As a result, the farmers had to undergo lot of economic hardships, hardships andre they felt insulted, humiliated. Insulted andre ಒಂಥರ ಅವಮಾನ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತು. They are in pitiable condition. Now let us discuss about the administrative reasons. The British brought in many civil and criminal laws. You know very well, civil laws are quite different from the criminal laws. Even they introduced many civil and criminal laws brought into effect andre vidisodu. But in the implementation, while putting into practice, there were lot of partiality. ಪಾರ್ಶಿಯಾಲಿಟಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಒಬ್ರಿಗೊಂದು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಪಾರ್ಶಿಯಾಲಿಟಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಫೇವರಿಟಿಸಮ್, ಪಕ್ಷಪಾತ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದರಲ್ಲೂ ಪಕ್ಷಪಾತ. ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷ್ ವರ್ given favor. British were favor. Indians were again and they were not given any concession. Again they are also suffering. Even in implementing the law also, there was partiality between the English and the Indians. Laws applied to Indians in a different manner. ಆ ಲಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ತಾರತಮ್ಯ. ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು? ಲಾಸ್ ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷ್ಗೆ ಬೇರೆ ಲಾಸ್, ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಬೇರೆ. They were discriminated to a great extent. English became the language of the court. So they said that only English should be spoken in the court. The English judges gave judgments in favor of the English. ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರಲ್ಲ. English was not the language of the Indians, especially when there were no good schools and colleges. Education system was not modernized. Indians were not having thorough knowledge about the English. ಏನಾದ್ರು ತಪ್ಪು ಮಾಡಿ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಕೋರ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಜಡ್ಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಸರಿ, ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಹೇಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲ್ವಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು, ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಪರವಾಗಿ, ಇನ್ ಫೇವರ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಪರವಾಗಿ, ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಅವ್ರ ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಗ್ ಬೇಕೋ ಹಾಗೆ ಅವರು ಈ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ನ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು, ಜಡ್ಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ನ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಪೀಪಲ್ ಡಿಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದ ನ್ಯೂ ಲಾಸ್. ಹೊಸ ರೂಲ್ಸ್ ಒಂದು ಜನಗಳಿಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ. I think you have understood about the law. English was the language of the court. English judges gave judgment in favor of the English. People did not like the introduction of new laws, which were only in favor of the English people. Now let us learn about the military reasons. The situation of Indian soldiers in the British army was very pathetic. ದಾರುಣವಾಗಿರೋದು. ಪ್ಯಾಥೆಟಿಕ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಶೋಚನೀಯ ಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. For example, I'll give you one sentence to understand this word. The condition of the poor people in India is very pathetic. ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಪಾಪ ಅನ್ಸ್ಬೇಕು, ದಾರುಣ ಸ್ಥಿತಿ, ಕಷ್ಟ ಸ್ಥಿತಿನಲ್ಲಿ. The situation of the Indian soldier, condition of the Indian soldiers in the British army was very pathetic, very poor. They did not have the status. ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಸ್ಥಾನಮಾನ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಸ್ಟೇಟಸ್ ಅಂತ, ಸ್ಯಾಲರಿ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅಂಡ್ ಪ್ರಮೋಷನ್ ಸಹ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಪ್ರಮೋಷನ್ ಪ್ರಾಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟಸ್ ದಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷ್ ಸೋಲ್ಜರ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, ದ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಸೋಲ್ಜರ್ಸ್ ವರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಗುಡ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್, ಗುಡ್ ಸ್ಯಾಲರಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಪ್ರಮೋಷನ್ ಪ್ರಾಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟಸ್. ಮುಂದೆ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋ ಚಾನ್ಸಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. promotions ಬಗ್ಗೆ, posts ಬಗ್ಗೆ, they were not getting good posts. But the British soldiers were all given good status, good salary and promotion. The pressure put Indian soldiers for overseas work triggered a resentment among them due to their religious beliefs. So, religious beliefs ಏನಿತ್ತು? First you understand the point that what was the religious beliefs of the Indians. Indians believed that they should not cross the ocean and go to other country. ಫಾರಿನ್ ಹೋಗೋದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಹಿಂದೂಸ್ಗೆ ಅದೊಂದು ಪಾಪದ ಕೆಲಸ ಅಥವಾ ಅಗೇನೆಸ್ಟ್ ರಿಲಿಜಿಯನ್, ಹೋಗಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂತ ಒಂದಿತ್ತು. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲೇನಾಗ್ತಿತ್ತು, ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಸೋಲ್ಜರ್ಸ್ ವರ್ ಸೆಂಟ್ ಟು ಅದರ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಅಬ್ರಾಡ್, ಕ್ರಾಸಿಂಗ್ ದ ಸಿ. ಕ್ರಾಸಿಂಗ್ ದ ಸಿ ಇಟ್ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ was against the religion. So pressure was there. Indian soldiers were to work here also and they were posted to other countries also because Britain had their kingdom spread all over the world. So Indian soldiers were posted to different countries. This triggered means this created resentment, atrupti, dissatisfaction among the Indian soldiers because they had strong religious beliefs that they should not go to other countries by crossing the ocean. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you have understood the lesson. In the next video, we will learn about beginning of the mutiny and its spread. The spread of the mutiny, reasons for the failure of the mutiny, and results of the mutiny. So far, we discussed about how the mutiny started, what were the two reasons for the spread of the mutiny, and now in the next lesson, we shall learn how it was spread to different parts of India and what were the reasons for the failure and what were the results of the mutiny. All these things you are going to learn in your next class. Please watch, share and comment our video. Soon I will be back with the next part of the lesson.